Welcome to Happiness Knowledge Hub. Give me the time it takes to drink a cup of tea, and I'll take you on a journey from the inner womb to outer space. This is a playground dedicated to cultural exchange and promoting veganism, originally created in response to seeing an X again. Hello everyone, I'm Leony, a linguistic coach and traveler with a minimalist lifestyle. The values I hold dear are happiness, knowledge, and diversity, and I will do my best to selflessly share them. In this episode, I will comprehensively explain the 6 W's and the so what. Who am I? Why and when am I starting this show? What will I talk about? How will I spread my message? Where am I coming from and where am I going? What impact do I hope this program will have? So what? I graduated from National Chengchi University's College of Foreign Languages and currently live in Tokyo as a working professional. For over a decade, I've been pondering, what can I do with my ability to communicate in 9 foreign languages, including English, French, Japanese, and Korean? Having traveled through North America and lived in Japan for nearly 5 years, I've found my answer. I want to connect the world through multilingual conversations. Beginning with the end in mind, I aspire to be a person of authenticity and responsibility. This opening monologue is a solo performance, scripted for now. In the future, I may perform unscripted, host discussions, or refine drafts multiple times before recording. I've written over 7,000 words to finalize this script. I have a lot to say in many languages. How do I balance quality and quantity? I believe sincerity and substance will resonate. Background noise and slips of the tongue can be overlooked. I envision this like appearing on a Japanese music show in a one-take format, no edit, just authenticity. If you dislike it, feel free to move on. If you hear a mix of English and Chinese, it's because certain expressions are more flavorful in a specific language. As for the pacing, please adjust the speed to your comfort. If you've listened this far, I believe you are at least a little interested. Feel free to leave a comment or contact me. Who is this program for? A friendly reminder. First, I'm a vegan. There's no chicken soup for the soul here. Second, my cooking skills are primitive. Think caveman who has discovered fire. The honest red bean buns I serve may not suit your plate. Third, since food and sensuality are basic human instincts, this program is not child-friendly. The channel's name has underlying implications and topics will include discussions about sex and positions. There's no problem a cup of tea can solve. If there is, have another cup. How many cups of tea have you consumed while listening? The best reading is rereading. The most beautiful stories are to be continued. I'm an introverted, highly sensitive person who was single for almost 34 years. Due to emotional challenges, I've been hospitalized twice, leaving medical records in psychiatric departments. In the past, I was like a headless chicken. From now on, I'll embrace my calling as a linguistic coach dedicated to providing quality companionship and enjoying life. What does a linguistic coach do? I'll explain later in the program. Please stay tuned. The term traveler of light and simplicity reflects my minimalist lifestyle, a shaved head and no makeup. Traveling with Happy Cow, focusing on vegan spots. Less is more. With fewer food choices, there's more time for everything else. I named the show using 3 keywords: happiness, knowledge, and diversity. If you ask about my life's keywords, they would be regret, calling, and true love. Why start a podcast? In every unfamiliar environment, I constantly revisit topics like learning 9 languages, living in the United States, Canada, and Japan, and being a vegan. For me, language learning is like breathing, an essential part of life without special reasons. When my breathing stabilized, I survived. When people showed interest, I hated repeating myself, so I decided to record everything instead. What's the purpose of learning so many languages? Do I get them mixed up? Which language is my favorite? I've answered those questions countless times. Language is humanity's first tool and the first step toward cultural understanding. To be honest, I once scored 87 on an IQ test, barely passing the threshold for significant impairment. At home, I had brilliant siblings. At school, I was surrounded by clever classmates. I never thought of myself as smart, but among all subjects, I had a knack for languages. Moreover, I had an inner foodie who made sure I utilized my school's abundant resources. Since the age of 10, I've learned English. At 18, I started French and Korean. In my sophomore year, I studied Portuguese for a year. In my junior year, I double majored in Turkish for 6 months while minoring in Korean. In my senior year, I started Japanese from scratch and minored in Russian. In my 5th year, I studied Spanish and German. I've taken certifications in English, French, Japanese, and Korean. How proficient am I? Throw me into English, French, Japanese, or Korean-speaking countries, and I wouldn't starve. With strong motivation and continuous effort, you can also master multiple languages. Of course, there are obstacles, such as pronunciation issues, nuanced meanings, or cultural shocks. But by letting go of preconceived notions, comparing, analyzing, and reflecting, you will eventually break through barriers and discover the joy within. Language learning feels like being reborn as a child, starting over with endless possibilities. I've always found it enjoyable. After years of immersion in foreign languages and cultures, I've developed some thoughts. Back then, the focus was on the job market. I was still exploring and didn't have a clear plan. Over the years, I've realized that entrepreneurship isn't just about profitability, but also about creating value. During my time at university, I developed a strong foundation in French, English, and other languages, but also a passion for connecting people and fostering cultural exchange. Now, as I venture into the world of podcasting, I see it as an extension of the same mission. Key principles of my podcast. First, personal growth. I aim to share my insights on personal development, book reviews, and my own journey of learning and exploration. Through these discussions, I hope to inspire others to grow continuously. Second, giving back to society. While many podcasts focus on book reviews, I haven't seen much content promoting Chinese work in English or Japanese. Is this due to a lack of talent or interest? I'm determined to find out by diving and creating bilingual content. Third, entertainment. As a creative outlet, I plan to integrate my writing, piano skills, and storytelling into the episodes. For example, my series, A Taiwanese Vagabond and Her Homeless Traveler Hong Kong Lover, is available on Medium, and I intend to bring such stories to life on this platform. Combining music and tales of cross-cultural relationships, I hope to add depth and joy to the listening experience. Through this podcast, I hope to build bridges between cultures and languages. Whether it's encouraging veganism lifestyles, discussing travel adventures, or exploring philosophical musings, my ultimate goal is to bring people together through meaningful dialogue. The name of the program, Happiness Knowledge Hub, reflects my belief in diversity and abundance, where listeners can take what resonates with them and leave the rest. Languages are my playground. To demonstrate my language capabilities, let me reintroduce myself. English. Hi, my name is Leony. I was born and raised in Taiwan, and I'm currently based in Tokyo. French. Bonjour, je m'appelle Leony. Je suis Taiwanese, actuellement j'habite à Tokyo. Japanese. Konnichiwa. 今日もちょっと申します。台湾出身で東京に住んでいます。Korean. 안녕하세요. 장몽요라고 합니다. 대만 사람인데 도쿄에서 살고 있습니다. These brief introductions showcase my language skills. Over the years, I've learned certifications in English TOEIC, French Delph Beta, Japanese JLPT N1, JTEST 897, BJT J1, and Korean TOPIK Level 5. I'm also currently learning Spanish on Duolingo and believe that practical application is more valuable than certifications. A final note. If you are someone who feels stuck, uncertain, or inadequate, know that you're not alone. I'm here, a so-called crazy woman with a story to tell, still struggling, still dreaming. I hope my journey brings you warmth, encouragement, laughter, and reflection. The past 10 years have been a process of self-discovery, embracing my imperfections and finding clarity amidst the chaos. My life is an open book, and I invite you to join me on this journey as we navigate happiness, knowledge, and everything in between. So, how many cups of tea has this taken? If one isn't enough, let's pour another and continue the conversation. Thank you for listening, and I hope you'll tune in again soon.